Thank you, and good evening again, everybody. Well, the Rangers feel they've outplayed the Nordiques for 5.5 periods in the series. It's tied 1-1, and the Rangers have won home ice advantage. And here we go for Game 3 from New York, Quebec, and the New York Rangers. The goaltenders, Stefan. He's held Quebec in there in both first periods in Quebec City, but the Rangers were just too much on Monday. And as the boys have already told you, Glenn Healy back again for New York. Not a lot of work in Game 2, but he got the job done with 19 saves. The Rangers are going to start. Bukaboom, Leaf, Messier, Gray, and Kosher. Willan and Lefebvre in front of Bissett. Forsberg, Nolan, and Madison up front for Quebec. Bill McCreary, the referee, drops it in. We're underway. And Nolan in with a pass in front. Just a little bit too far for Madison. Bukaboom back to the Ranger net in the corner. Can't get it out by Nolan. He stopped Nolan, and the puck rolls out to the center ice area. But it comes back in again. Leach takes over. Basson was hit hard inside the line. Long, high shot in. Bissett watching that one go up on the glass. The Nordiques attacking early. They've been inside the Ranger line and just short of one or two great passes in front of Healy. Now the Rangers, Nemchinov in on the boards. Precision, his first shift. Put a hit in on him. Drop back along the boards to Clark. Long shot again. Very high and over the net. And this one is high from Kevin Lowe. 3 Nordiques on the move this time. In they come. Healy makes his first stop. And this crowd is right on him. Clark can't get a shot away. He's checked immediately. 2 Rangers are down. Kovalev lost it inside the line. Back again for the Nordiques. Boy, they're wide open early. And the Rangers are going to be called for icing. If the Nordiques can get back, they do. Icing called against New York.
Coley Campbell starting Glenn Healy in net and sticking with the lineup that played so well in Game 2. He made a couple of changes in Game 2. Stefan Matteau went in and played very well, as did Mark Osborne. Rangers have given up a 2-on-1 already. Bukaboom and Leach, Zubov and Lowe, Karpatsev and Wells, and it was Kevin Lowe who came back and played that 2-on-1 very well, gave his team a chance to make the save.
Nedved will come in and take the face-off for the Rangers. Ricci for Quebec. From the draw, the line, shot there by Lucian. Pass through in front of Healy. No harm. Ricci back to the net, digging it out. Score! Ricci fired the pass out, and a bullet drive gets by Healy, and the Nordiques certainly a great start for Quebec, and they lead 1-0.
Scott Young received that pass from Mike Ricci. Ricci in behind the net, and the Rangers get watching Ricci. And there's Scott Young sneaking into position. Perfect pass by Mike Ricci, and he's one of the players who has to pick it up a notch. Glenn Healy standing right on the goal line. He does that. He's a reaction goaltender, very unorthodox. And on a play like that, when you're that deep, you better hope it hits you. Glenn Healy right on the line, and Scott Young with the perfect shot.
1:54 the time of the first goal of this game. We'll get the official scoring play for you in a moment. What a great play by Ricci, though, to pick it up behind the net and dig it out and put it right on the tape. Rangers back on the attack. Armour went in there for a shot that was blocked. Down the ice it goes again. The Nordiques, Lapointe. Had it knocked away by Bukaboom. Rangers get it ahead. Kiprios shoots it before he hits center ice. That's another icing call against New York.
Quebec Nordiques, John, starting off here tonight the way the Rangers started off in Game 2 at the Colisée the other night, really taking it to the other guys right off the opening faceoff. Good start for Quebec to get this early goal. It was important for them, I felt, not to let the Rangers score early, to get the jump on them in this building. This place is a lot more quiet than it was when they spent most of the time during O Canada booing so loud that we couldn't hear John Amirante singing.
1:54, the first goal, Young from Ricci and Adam Foote. 2.5 minutes gone in the first period. Series tied in a game apiece. And here the Nordiques with home ice advantage. At one point when they started, Rangers stole it from them. And they want to get it back. Well, they're leading 1-0. Puck cleared out of the zone and down the ice. Brian Leach. Nolan forechecking. Pass ahead to Messier. Out he comes. Graves is with him on the left. Messier. They crisscross as they go to the line. Under the net for Set. Giving it to LePage. And the Nordiques get it back out to center. Leach nearly lost it. Poked at it a second time and got it ahead. Graves failed to move on it though. Verbeek is out there. He doesn't get a chance. Graves shoots it in. The Rangers are changing now. Near the 4-minute mark of the first period. It is 1-0 Quebec. Kevin Lowe can't stop it. Sakic is on the move in there. Sakic with Kovalenko, but it didn't matter. Icy call against Quebec.
First Stanley Cup update comes from the U.S. Air Arena. As advertised, Dale Hunter against Ron Francis was the matchup Schoenfeld was looking for, and he likes the result. Back to Calle Johansson. First of the playoffs at 3:01 gives the Capitals the early lead against Pittsburgh.
Face off deep in the Quebec zone to the right of Set. Rangers win the draw. It is cleared in on the boards to the corner. Ricci going back there. Left it for Krug. He and Lecision are the two Quebec defensemen. Huey Krug to his own line at center now. He hit the line and then shot it in. Karpatsev for New York. Lecision shot is blocked. Penalty coming up. It's the first one of a hockey game, and it's going against Quebec.
Bill McCreary skating over. Curtis Lecision getting an interference penalty. Dick, 12 goals against in the two home games against the Nordiques, and a lot of it had to do with their defense. And Curtis Lecision back in the lineup. Lecision takes the interference penalty on Nick Kyprios away from the puck, and that's why Bill McCreary makes the call.
Well, Lecision had a great year, John, much to the delight of his fans out in his hometown of Saskatoon, but the groin injury late in the season kept him out of the last few games, and he lost the plus-minus by 1+ to Ron Francis of Pittsburgh overall.
Well, the Rangers power play now early in the hockey game. It's the first one. Quebec leading 1-0. Rangers do not get started cleanly. Leach back to turn. To center ice, to the Quebec line, trying to go in himself. But he was stopped. So the Rangers have to come back and regroup. There's Messier. Circling. Zubov up to center ice. Messier right in front of him. He backhands it in wide of the net. Greg Willannon with a chance to clear. Forsberg left it there. And Nolan gets into center ice. He may get a shot on this one. And Healy kicked out the right pad. Back for Mark Messier. He poke-checked at center ice. Rangers stopped at the Quebec line. Zubov brought it in. It's intercepted by Nolan and shot away.
Good penalty kill by Owen Nolan. He did not have a shot on goal in Game 2 Monday night in Quebec.
50 seconds left in the penalty. 1-0, Quebec leading. Oh, dangerous looking pass inside the line. Ricci just missed it. Now Leach steps in. Shoots it to the far side. Flipped it back to the net. Leach had a notion to come in. Now he's there to stop it, but he's knocked down. And then tried to center it. Rangers power play running out. Leach gets it to the line. Zubov to Leach again. Leach winds up the shot. Rebound! And it went up high over the net. Nedved back at the goal. Flipped the pass to the corner. At the line, Zubov couldn't shoot it. Now maybe, yes. High shot, blasted off the glass. 6 seconds left in the penalty, and the Nordiques have killed it as they shoot it down the ice. 1-0, Quebec. We're at full strength now. Changing all around. Edmarsh in for checking. Puck gets by Lefebvre, goes down deep into the Quebec zone where Wolanin was back. And he touches it, and that's called.
Zubov had that point shot. Steve Larmer in perfect position in front of the net, but Zubov's shot was about 1.5 feet over the goal, and Stéphane Bissette didn't have to make the save. Zubov and Leach throw it around. The puck comes back, the shot, and Larmer's there for the rebound on that one. And then right after that play, Zubov has a chance. Bissette looks very good, very steady. Stéphane Bissette's going to have to get his stick out and chop the guys in the crease. He's not getting the call when he's getting bumped, so he's going to have to make the referee take notice.
Young at 1:54, the scoring play for Quebec. Ricci and Foote assisted. Quebec in on the attack again. This time, Karpatsev picked it up and shot it out of the zone down the ice. Rangers move it in. Kempios goes back to the net to hit his man. The Nordiques get the puck out. Rangers scoop it back in. 1-0 Nordiques. Nearing the 7-minute mark of the opening period. Game 3. Series tied. 80. Go! Rangers were awfully good in Quebec. Especially in Game 2. 8-3 win. Quebec the first game. 5-4. Forsberg setting this up for Nolan. Nolan on with the brakes with Forsberg, and Verbeek is there to spoil that scoring chance. Verbeek knocking into Messier. Messier coming in with Braves. Rebound is there that gets away up the blue line and down the ice. Rangers, 2 big gunners in there. Braves and Messier. High stick make contact. But the Rangers play it, so the play is allowed to continue. 7.5 minutes into the first period. 1-0 Nordiques. Okabon lines up his man, Bill Hewart, seeing his first action. Hewart saw him come in, kind of braced himself. Scott Young comes in for Quebec. Hewart is number 15, gets another hit in the corner from Karpatsev. Finally goes down, gets back up. Fighting very well and along the boards for the Nordiques. Rangers pick it up and get it out. Matteau through center ice. Rangers bring it in, but the play is called on the offside. 11:53 left in the first period.
Stéphane Bissette, he's looked more comfortable here than he did in both the first 2 games in Quebec. A little less pressure playing on the road.
Seems he has gotten off to a real steady start in all 3 games now. Young Stéphane Bissette. Rangers on the attack again. And Chino gets in front and is floored. Nordiques do not clear it right away. And Chino got in front of the net, but no pass from Kovalev, who's fighting in back of the net. And it's Clark getting it out. Wendell Clark kicked it loose at center. Moving up with Sakic. That's broken up. The Ranger player Kovalev is knocked down. Play continues. He's hurt. Finally, they call the play. He was coming back in his own zone, and something happened near the blue line.
And he's shaking his wrist. Look at Wendell Clark. I don't think it was Clark who came across and got Kovalev.
Right at the blue line, as Bob says, John. There, yes, it was
Wendell Clark.
They are showing it now on the screen on the big Videotron above center ice. Fans reacting.
There, the chop, the short gloves. He caught Kovalev just above the glove, but that one didn't warrant a penalty. And we saw this in Game 2. Alexei Kovalev went down and then came out to kill a penalty.
A lot of controversy about Wendell Clark with elbowing Kovalev in Game 2 the other night. He's been fined $1,000 by the National Hockey League for that infraction, if you will, or that wasn't called anyway by the referee.
Rangers move the puck up. Verbeek coming in with Graves and Messier. Waiting for it, score! Rangers tie.
Multi-purpose building. The Rangers get a break. This puck is around the glass and bounces right out in front to Adam Graves. Where the Zamboni comes on the ice, it's shot in by Pat Verbeek. It should go all the way around, but it didn't go all the way around. It bounced off right to Adam Graves.
What a playoff Graves is having, and here's Leach now on the attack. He takes a shot. That's blocked. 8:50 the time of that tying goal for the New York Rangers. Verbeek and Leach assisting on the goal by Graves. Here's another chance. Bullet shot picked out by Passett. And the crowd loving it with the Rangers coming back to tie it before any more damage was done. Nordiques scored first. Young at 1:54, and now Graves at 8:50.
Pretty good shot by Peter Nedved, John. You've talked about him as being a controversial player here in New York this year, a disappointing player. We saw him score 2 picture-perfect goals the other night, but they were goals number 6 and 8 in an 8-3 win. But he drilled that one. He said had to make a good save.
Driving to the net, Adam Graves, you never know what will happen. Ulf Dahlin got an overtime winner in a similar situation last night in Calgary, off the glass out in front. That time Graves driving to the net, got the bounce and put it behind Stefan Tricet.
Graves with 4 playoff goals now. Rangers in again. Wells' shot missed by a couple of feet. Nordiques trying to get organized and come after New York again. That's Scott Young along the boards. Wells caught him with a hit. Young moving up again and delivers one himself. Shot doesn't get through, and here's Graves. Verbeek is right behind him. Graves on with the brakes, and Messier is there now with him. And here's his shot. That one missed. Boy, a dangerous line, this one for New York. Graves, Messier, and Verbeek. And tied the game here in the first period. 1-1. Puck is still inside the line, but now Wells loses it. From center ice, cut puck's head, drills it back into the Rangers' change. A break. Passett makes the save with a stick. Wendell Clark around his own net, look out, and Chino goes in the puck flat. This is Kovalev. Offside called at the Quebec line. 9:30 left in the first period. 1-1.
John, after a bit of a sluggish start, the Rangers have come to life. They've had 7 consecutive shots at Visitaient. After falling behind in that department, 3-zip.
Time for the Nordiques to react. A bad break. They've been playing pretty well. Verbeek throws one around off the glass. It goes to Graves, and they're back on their heels right now. Another big hit by Wendell Clark on Alexei Kovalev. He's got his number, and maybe that'll pick up that bench and give them a little more life.
Face off at the Quebec blue line. Nordiques. The defenseman tried to carry it himself. Didn't get too far. Allowing the Rangers then Chino to cut in with Kovalev. Pass in front of the net with Kosher, and he was covered. Nordiques take it out, led by Clark. At the line, coming to the slot. Clark lost it and escapes. Kovalev is back up there. He dropped it at the line. Dumont!
Dick, we talked about giving up the blue line. The Nordiques defense, Alexei Kovalev backs them in. And when Zubov takes a shot, this is a 3-on-3. He's right in the middle. He's using a screen. All sorts of time. And it beats Stefanski set. Jani Laukkanen goes out, doesn't block it, and doesn't allow his goaltender time to see the puck. The defense is backed in. Laukkanen now decides, well, I better go and block it. By the time he gets there, it goes right through Stefanski's set.
Zubov giving the Rangers the lead for the first time from Kovalev at 10:58. 2-1 New York. This crowd is hot. Matto shoots it in. The set out of the net, flicked it high on the glass. It stayed in there, though. Wolanin poked it ahead. Nolan couldn't play it. It went right through his skates and down the ice. And that's an icing call against Quebec. Zubov giving the Rangers a 2-1 lead.
At the auditorium in Buffalo, the Philadelphia Flyers on the power play. Yuskevich to Renberg, back to Carl Dykhouse. The hero of Game 1 scores the goal there to give the Flyers a 1-0 lead against Buffalo.
Carl Dykhouse and Martin Brodeur are tied for the lowest paid players in the National Hockey League right now. They're having a pretty good playoff. Dykhouse with a winning goal in overtime, a goal tonight. Brodeur bidding to become only the third goalie in Stanley Cup history to register 3 consecutive playoff cutouts.
Braves will take the draw now. Messier moved out. Messier moving up, but he's knocked off stride, and the Nordiques shoot the puck down the ice. That just might be another icing. It gets there. So does Carpazza. Icing call against Quebec. Bob Cole, Dick Urban, and John Garrett. Madison Square Garden in New York. Game 2 of the series, which is tied at a game each. And the Rangers lead this one in the first period 2-1. Scott Russell, of course, along with us. And you'll be hearing from Scott in our first intermission. 8:19 left in the first period. Antos, number 32 for New York. Wolanin cut it away from him. And near center, the Rangers pick it up again. But now Nolan knocked one down. Can't get too far. Another chance at it. He backhands it in for Leach. He had to hurry. He saw a hit coming, and he did hurry. Got it again. Put it over for Larmer.
From his own line, he got it up there at center ice to Nedved, and he tipped it down the ice for New York. Basson turns on the board. For Quebec, he got it up as far as center. Leach was waiting for it. Nedved in there again. But the Rangers were changing. He did not know that. Matto had gone to the bench. And that wing was left vacant. Backhanded in deep by Sylvain Lefebvre. And the play called with 7:29 remaining in the first period. And the Rangers up a goal.
Nordiques trying to calm things down by using their body, and they played a pretty good shift on that one. They out-hit the Rangers, and that's what they have to do to stem this tide. The fans are getting involved. Mark Messier talking things over with Cole and Campbell. They have the Nordiques line up, which line they're going to match against.
Gee, that's the captain for you.
Yeah, that's the captain. Okay, well, I don't know whether I want to play against that line, but I'll play against those other three.
Nordiques' decision. I don't think Healy saw that. Luckily, it missed the net. Rangers get it out. Then Chinov shoots one in. Kovalev in after it on the boards, gets it out to Nemchinov. He swings away to the corner again. Still has it though. Shot. Close call. Rangers very aggressive now in this first period. They keep it in. That's Osborne, number 20. Goes around the boards all the way to the other side. And the Nordiques block the shot and get it out. Lowe was back. Tossed ahead a little bit too far for Nemchinov. And and the Rangers were changing anyway. And Sheenov now turns and looks like he was going to the bench. He's gone now. As the Nordiques come in, but they're offside. The pass in for Sakic, but he had already gone in. Offside.
The 8 goals the Rangers scored 2 nights ago, their biggest output since January of 1994. As we take a look at it, Game 2 summary, the shorthanded goal by Steve Larmer. Great bit of work as he fought off Joe Sakic, who was chasing him. The Rangers then came back in the second period with 2 quick goals, and that really turned the game around. School was out from then on, and they went on to their 8-3 victory. Russian players played very well. Look at Messier coaching there. One of his quotes between games was he wanted his players to guard against overconfidence. I'm thinking, wait a minute, this is the 8th place team against the 1st place team, and already they're talking about overconfidence.
6 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first period. New York 2, Quebec 1. The Messier-Graves for beat line. Has looked quite dangerous for New York. They're on there again now. Leaf flipped it back. Here's Verbeek taking the pass and shooting it in. It's a set. Out to stop it. He wants his defenseman to move it quickly against this trio who are in there. And the Nordiques do that. They get it out and down the ice. Leaf. Lead pass for Graves. He was met by Clark. Check. Ricci going in. Boom, caught him. Ricci then ran into Verbeek and pulled him over. Ricci going his way around in there. But Graves comes in again with Messier and Verbeek. Messier's shot blocked in front of the net. Arpatchev comes back. Cleared it. The Rangers changing. Messier took one more swipe at it. He was going off. 5:30 left in the period. Scott Young nearly gave it away. Jay Wells, he had to back up in a hurry. Young shot it in. Healy didn't see the Quebec player up on the boards. He was there to pick it up. Now it's lifted away down to center ice. Louis Group back up for Quebec. Shot it in. Young, however, was leading the ice and did not go in. Rangers don't get it out right away. Manteau does. Flipped it ahead for Nedved, and he shoots it the length of the ice. Bronson it back for Quebec. Group takes his pass. Tried to hit Nolan with it. He missed it. Kevin Lowell. Oh, the defensemen get together nicely. Zubov moving up. He's a great puck handler. Beautiful skater. Sergei Zubov. Zubov scoring one of the Ranger goals. The go-ahead goal. 10:58.
To see you again. John Tonelli won 4 Stanley Cups with the New York Islanders. He finished with the Quebec Nordiques. I want to ask you about this arena first, John. It can be intimidating to play in.
Oh boy, we play a lot of games here, and there's no doubt about that. Once the fans get going on their side, it's really difficult. It's really intimidating.
How about Mark Messier? There's been so much talk about him and his leadership. What kind of a guy was he to play against, John?
Just a tremendous player to play against. We always felt on the other side, if we could get to him, if we could break him, if we could bother him or frustrate him at all, we might have a shot.
John, thanks for coming down. Guys, back to you.
No question about it, John. When this crowd gets going, it's just that much tougher for a visiting team. Lannon tried a shot, and Healy wasn't quite prepared for that one. He didn't get enough of it, though. Kiprio shoots it from center ice. Rangers, Kovalev in to pick it up. Center net, right in front of the net. Big save by Stefan Fiset. But the Rangers had 2 players in front of the goal. Couldn't score, though. 3:50 left in the period. Kovalev back in his own zone against Wendell Clark, who hit him on the board. Rangers move it out. And Cheenov gets there and leaves it for Kovalev. And again the pass in behind everybody in front of Fiset. And the Nordiques clear it. 3:25 remaining in the first period. Nordiques scored first. Rangers back to tie it and then takes the lead. 2-1. Craig Wolanin. Verbeek went in to bump him. Nolan backhands it out across his own line. And the Rangers come at them again. Verbeek in around the net trying to center it. Still has it. Back to the line. The long shot is hit. And it got into Facette, and he held it.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we lucky Rangers fans will...
Alexei Kovalev playing well. Set up. This is Kovalenko. Kovalenko was hit with the stick by Kevin Lowe just above his knee, and he went down. That's right in front of referee Bill McCreary, and there's no call made. Kovalenko is very convenient for the bench. 2 steps, and he looks to be all right now. Kovalev set up Nemchinov, and again, Stefanski set keeping his team close here in the first period.
2:55 left in this opening period at Madison Square Garden in New York. The series tied at a game apiece. First 2, of course, in Quebec City. Here's one in Game 4 in Manhattan. The Nordiques happy to clear it out. A high stick, but the Nordiques take that one off Messier's stick, so the play is allowed to go. Rangers keep pounding their opponents inside their own line. Messier saw Verbeek skate down the right wing, and he hoped to get it in there, but the set was alive and watched that one. Pounded back in by New York. They're changing now, though. They're back with a chance to get organized and move it out. They do that. Up as far as center, it's shot in. Ricci will give chase. Nearly out of the net. Ricci in for checking, but Messier gets the pass away. To nobody in particular. Up near center was Nacho, but he couldn't play it. Nordiques shoot it in. Armour back to his own net. Stopped by Krupp at the blue line. Krupp now. Up for Messier. Long shift for Mark Messier. It is centered. And rolls out over the line. 1:50 remaining in the period. Young left it for the point. He had to go back in his own zone with it. Now Young again. Just got rid of it with Kevin Lowe coming up all over him. Rangers pass it around beautifully. Lowe ahead, it goes to center. But Kiprios couldn't quite play it cleanly, and then he was knocked down. Chasing after it. Nordiques get it out. Denmark up on the right side. It's shot in by Sakic. Healy out. Fired one right away. Sakic stopped it. Nordiques forcing the Rangers now. The time running out in the first period. 1:05 left as they hold it in on the boards, and a face-off coming up in the Ranger zone.
Little pushing and shoving. Nick Kiprios trying to draw the penalty at the other end. Steve Larmer on top of the puck was in a bad position to clear the zone, so he just fell on it. Kiprios has already drawn 1 penalty tonight. Steve Larmer with a sore arm, Dick. In Game 1, he said he couldn't feel his fingers. He's had tennis elbow. He had a cortisone shot the day before Game 1, and he said at the end of Game 2, at least he could feel his hand.
Scott Young at 1:54. Adam Graves at 8:50. It was 1-1. And then at 10:58, Kovalev setting it up for Zubov. And the Rangers take the lead with a minute left in the period. Here's Messier again, coming up with Adam Graves. He'll have to hustle, though, against Lefebvre. Messier picked it up and shot it over in front of the net. Verbeek couldn't handle it. The Nordiques get back up the center, led by Forsberg. He dumped it in. Nolan reaching for it. Forsberg going back to the goal, but it's cleared away by Messier. He took a hit doing it, though. And Lefebvre back to slap at it. Graves trying to stop him. The play goes offside. Has to go back to blue line.
Adam Graves criticized at times this season. He didn't follow up his record-breaking goal-scoring year of the full season of 93-94 with any kind of the same play. But, boy, he has played well since the playoffs began.
And you wonder about Adam Graves, one of those players who will play hurt, and rumors of his back problems throughout the season. The shortened season, and then feeling okay for the playoffs. First 2 goals on the power play. Tonight's goal, result of a bad hop off the glass.
Rangers are out shooting Quebec 11-5 with only 25 seconds left in the period. So Bissett, the busier of the two goalies. Leach dumps the puck away from his own line. 14 seconds left. And Chenov comes in. Tries to go to the corner to poke it out in front. Lafayette was there with him, but it's the Nordiques who will clear it. With only 2 seconds left in the period. Sakic was stopped at center ice, and the first period here at Madison Square Garden is over. Rangers leading 2-1. And we take you now to this Stanley Cup update.
Thank you, Bob. We're bound for Memorial Auditorium in Buffalo. The Philadelphia Flyers leading 1-0. Sabres on the power play. What a pass. Gary Gallick to double. Zhitnik gets the other assist. It's 1-1 there. So then, through a period of play, the New York Rangers leading 2-1 in Game 3 of their Eastern Conference quarterfinal with Quebec. We'll have more on Molson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC in a moment.
Play much more than the other guys. Steve Finn is the one out. So Uwe Krupp played a regular 8 minutes in the first period.
Forsberg, Nolan, and Basson start up front for Quebec. Messier with Adam Graves going in there. Verbeek on the right side. Bookeboom up with a shot. Not much on it, but it took a funny hop in front of the net. Let's go to the broadcast center now on this Stanley Cup update.
And just over the Hudson, Bob, New Jersey hosting Boston this evening. Second period at 4:07. Blaine Locker can't find the puck. It's right beside him. Jim Dowd can. And John McLean. And the Devils lead the Bruins 1-0.
You start wondering the Bruins will ever score.
They're into their, what, 7th, 8th period now in the series. Still haven't scored.
Messier wins the draw. Verbeek is tied up, though. Can't get a shot. O'Lannon scooped the puck across center ice. Leach was waiting for that. Gave it away, though. Rangers get it back and move it up. Messier just missed it. Nolan wrapped a hard one in to the right of Glenn Healy. Messier back, and he hit Verbeek. He is stopped, however. Now the Rangers, Brian Leach offside. Couldn't pick it up as he hit the blue line, and Messier brought it in behind him.
Outmanned attack again by the Rangers, and it was all created with Brian Leach jumping up into the play with Mark Messier and Adam Graves. Mark Messier goes over and changes the line, and his ice time is always a lot. In Game 2, they were able to let Mark rest in the third period. After the 5th goal, the Zubov goal in Game 2, Messier's line didn't play very much.
Messier has been on there, John, almost 10 minutes a period. That's a torrid pace for a guy with a heating pack on his back in the morning. But he assures everybody, he was telling me it feels fine. He was sore last week, but okay now. He admits he's not 100%. He's pretty close. Imagine if he were. Rangers bring it in, then Chenov gets the shot away. Off the blocker of Bissett. And the Rangers go in after it. Uwe Krupp takes his man on the boards. Koster trying to kick it loose. But it's cleared away by Joe Sakic. Up on the right side, Kovalenko. Get over the line, but Kevin Lowe is right there to drape him. Rangers Zubov is upended. Right in front of the goal. Healy making a great save. Puck is loose, but the whistle had gone. When the referee lost sight of it, a big stop by Glenn Healy.
Bill McCreary in behind Glenn Healy, and this was all created with a big hit by Wendell Clark. Kevin Lowe is in. He has his man Kovalenko all tied up, and Clark comes in and levels Kevin Lowe. Lowe complained to referee Bill McCreary. That was a good, solid, clean hit by Wendell Clark, and then Clark has a chance. McCreary's in behind Healy. Lost sight of the puck and blew the whistle. Pass from Sakic out to Clark. Takes his time. Healy's down, but again, that unorthodox style, legs every which way, still managing to stop the puck.
Yes, indeed, a big save by Glenn Healy. Not tested severely so far in the game, but he was that time. Ricci for Quebec. Rangers get control on the faceoff. The point going over on the board. Waits for it to come loose. Hit a stick. Ricci is on it now. Ricci again with the point, but the Rangers take it away from them and get it up to center ice. Larmer tries to come in. It is shot in back of the Quebec goal. That is Adam Foote moving it out for the Nordiques. Again, he'll try it. Skating to center. Getting the center ice red line before shooting it in. Karpatsev was back there for New York. Now Nedved shoots it in. It's wide of the net. Lefebvre is turned around and knocked down. The Rangers handle it inside the line, and a weak shot goes in wide of the net. Back for Wolanin. The point hit immediately by Leach. 2-1 is the score. The Rangers are leading. 3 goals scored in the opening period. We are nearing the 3-minute mark of the second. New York can't make a clean play, and it goes down the ice. Lefebvre will come back. No icing this time. He had plenty of time. Nolan takes the pass, but he has to back up with it. Right in front of the net. Straight up through the middle. One man is back. It is Baston's shot. That will go off that one man back. Boom. And into the crowd. Up behind Glenn Healy. We are back at Madison Square Garden in New York, where the Rangers are leading 2-1. And a face-off coming up inside the Ranger line. Baston for Quebec couldn't win it from Messier of the New York Rangers. Boom scoops one ahead, and he'll do it again. To Leach. Pass wasn't a good one in his skates. Messier takes it center, rolled it in. Here's Messier, shoots. That made the stop. Good low shot by Messier. Forsberg. Quebec on the move. Baston. Bumped along the boards by Messier. Baston chases it, and Messier chases him. The two players fight for it on the boards. Who'll win that one? It's still in on the boards. They kick it around the net and center it. Here's Verbeek. Quebec player hurt. Nolan, the puck came up and hit him in the face, I believe. Seems to be okay now. Back on his skates. He stays on. Nolan, number 11. Does he ever feel okay? Went in and hit Boom. And it's cleared to center ice. New York, Verbeek and Messier. Messier for Verbeek. Right in front of the goal. 2 whacks at it and missed them both. Wendell Clark, long shot. Wide of the net. Healy very calm. Out to move it away from the attacking Nordiques. Played by Kovalev neatly. Kocher! Throw it in there for Kovalev. It's ready for the Kocher. And the Rangers can't put it on the sticks in front of Bissett. Back in for Kovalenko offside at the New York blue line. Coming up to the 5-minute mark of the second period. Some great chances already in the second period.
Joey Kocher is out against Wendell Clark. The last 3 shifts, Coley Campbell has made sure Kocher's on the ice. When Clark is, the Rangers with good pressure, but can't get the shot through. Nordique with the odd man rush. They have a 4-on-3, but they put themselves offside. Wendell Clark with the little dipsy doodle at the blue line and put everybody else offside.
What you're saying when those two are out there together is that Killington, Saskatchewan is well represented. Yeah. Now here's Nolan. There's a story going around that his shoulder might be bothering again. He's had that chronic injury almost throughout his career, and there you see he gets clipped. I couldn't see. That was pretty quick, John. Was that a stick?
That was a puck came off Jeff Boom's stick and hit him in the face, spitting his teeth out.
He's a hockey player.
Quebec winning the face-off. Laukkonen drifts one in. Another long shot. Didn't get long at all. Was blocked immediately. Nedved behind the back pass. In on the boards it goes for Matteau. Nedved went in to help. Matteau gets his stick in there. Laukkonen is all over him though and pinned him. So he kicks it loose. Comes right back to him. Rangers dig it out. Get it to the line. moving up. The puck came off the boards back into the crease area to set out, but he saw it in plenty of time.
John, I don't know how much hockey Stefan Bissett has played in this building, but local knowledge, when you look at the boards and you look at the deflections that were getting off the glass, that first goal by New York, it's got to mean something. He's got to be alert.
He played this one very well. The Nordiques coach, Jacques Martin, was out early with Stefan Bissett this morning before the rest of the team came on the ice, and they were shooting pucks off the boards, playing them around, and Stefan Bissett plays this one perfectly. Gets ready early, takes it off the boards and makes sure there's no pucks there in the crease for the Rangers. Off the boards hard, he sets there, he's ready early, and take the safe route.
Good thing he was looking, because sometimes that puck, as you mentioned, Dick, comes off the board so quickly, could have hit him, maybe gone in. But he saw it. Still 2-1, New York Rangers. O'Lannon around his own net. Larmer went in for checking. He got it by Larmer all the way down the ice. No icing as Jay Wells comes back. Wells. Boy, he came out in front of the net with the Nordiques forechecking. Bissett was going to play it, but he saw that O'Lannon had the chance. So that brings about another icing against New York.
Yuri Krupp and Craig O'Lannon played that very well. Krupp interfered with Nedved, got in front of him, and Nedved couldn't fight through the check to negate the icing call.
You agree that he has played a little bit better? No, you don't. I can tell you, folks, he's not on camera, but he shrugged. John Garrett shrugged when I said that.
I don't think he played that much better. He played better in the last 5 or 6 minutes in an 8-3 win when they had the game clearly iced away. I think Alexei Kovalev is the one who has really picked it up and made the difference.
Joe Sakic has to get going for Quebec now. He is their leader, but the Rangers are aware of that, and no doubt they're watching him very closely. They'd better. 3 goals in the first game. He was the hero, no question. How about the Quebec lead in game 1? He's waved out on this faceoff. Denmarsh took it, but the Rangers have control in their own zone. This is Nemchinov. Up as far as the line with it. Kovalev was open at center ice, but nobody knew it. Keprios left it there, pumping his man, and Leach brought it in. The pass is dropped back. Kovalev, and hopped over his stick. The Nordiques get out to center. Simon tries a long shot. Healy didn't have to touch that. Krupp shot it in behind the net. The Nordiques are in there trying to dig it out. But the Rangers are doing a great job covering up inside their own line. And they're back there to clear the zone again. Simon given away. Harmless looking. Nemchinov hauled down, and there's going to be a penalty to Quebec. Simon gave it away. He was thinking about King. He was heading for the bench. Well, the shutout streak set by Brodeur has come to an end. Here's our Stanley Cup update.
Right, Bob, 149 minutes and 59 seconds after he started. The flawless performance by Brodeur ends on a New Jersey goal, in effect. Goes off Chambers' skate. That's the only way they could beat him. Mats Naslund gets credit for the goal. The Bruins have just scored again. Looks like Marius Cherkovsky. We'll have a highlight of that, I'm sure, as we move along. 2-1, Bruins leading.
All right, thank you, Ron. Penalty called.
Bob, you described how Chris Simon gave the puck away to start with, and then he took a cross-checking penalty, and we didn't see the cross-checking penalty. That's Curtis Lesishin hauling down his man. But Chris Simon, after he gave the puck away, thought he was out of danger and took a cross-checking penalty.
Rangers leading 2-1, and now with a man advantage. Could be a huge power play for New York at center. Rebound! And another shot! Bissett can't get up! The Nordiques rescued the puck and cleared it away. It was Ricci doing a fine job with the goaltender down.
How many shots will Bissett get credited with there? He stopped 3 in a row.
Dubon starts to play for Leach. He's halted at the Quebec blue line, so the Rangers will have to come back again. Minute 25 left in the penalty. Third power play of the second period for New York. Messier can't put it by Forsberg. And he'll send the Rangers back again. So they'll change now. Messier going off. Rangers 2, Quebec 1. Second period. Blue shirts in there again. Fired it in back of the net. Nemchinov for Beak on the boards. Can't pick it up. They get it to the line of Zubov. Reimer right ahead of him. He goes the other way. Low to Zubov. Nearly came out. Zubov put it in a crowd in front. Zubov stops it at the line. Hammers his shot. Picked out by Pissette. The Nordiques hanging on here. Forsberg. All nerve. Playing it away from two Rangers near his own blue line. He got away with everything. Fine play to shoot it down the ice. 25 seconds left in the penalty to Quebec. Rangers lead 2-1, but the Nordiques are hanging on to them right here on this power play. Kovalev shoots it off the boards and in. Nordiques were waiting for that, and it was cleared by Lefebvre. 10 seconds left in the penalty. Lefebvre again. He'll kill it off by shooting it in this time. Leach bumped his own man, Zubov, and knocked him down. They hold it on the boards. And the penalty is over. They're at full strength again.
U.S. Arena in Washington. The Caps go up 2-0. Keith Jones gets the goal. That's Joey Juneau with the puck. He'll slide it across to Sergei Gonchar, who gets it to Keith Jones at 6:58 of period number 2. The Caps lead Pittsburgh 2-0.
John, you were wondering about the number of shots credited to the Rangers and one query on Pissette. 8-1 of the shots in the second period now in favor of New York.
And Pissette only got credit for one save on that flurry that he made free.
Koster couldn't move over the line. Nemchinov does. Nordiques had to come back, though, to pick it up. Decision. Around the net. Comes away, and the pass to Sakic was a good one. He got it up to Clark on the right wing. Shoots it. Rebound. Just missed. Clark again, dumping it in front. Nordiques line coming to life now with Sakic in for checking. Kovalenko and Clark with him. But the play is whistled dead with the Ranger player falling on it to the left of Healy.
A couple of shots there credited to Quebec, John. In the last 26 minutes of play, New York has outshot Quebec 19-5. But that 5 includes those two right there, the bang-bang and the Clark play.
That's a good save by Glenn Healy because Brian Leach was lined up right in front of him. Good position, quick back to his feet. Comes across. That was a much more difficult save than it looked because Wendell Clark shot it right through Brian Leach. Clark has played a much better game. He's carried the puck. He's had some good scoring chances, and he's been a big hitter on the Nordiques again tonight.
Interesting, that New Jersey game with the Bruins, they had 2-1. That's taking place 7 miles from here as the homing pigeon fly over at the Meadowlands in East Rutherford. I don't know what the attendance is, but I read somewhere today that tickets were available in all sections as of this morning for that game tonight in New Jersey. But no tickets available here, Robert. In this place, it's jammed.
And of that 7 miles, that's nearly 2 miles of the Lincoln Tunnel, which we used yesterday. Getting in here. Well, a point. Pass ahead. Young stops it. Wells picked it up away from him, though. Rangers give it away at their own line. LaPointe turning away from Pucksav, shoots it back to the Ranger net. Larmer is on it. The Nordiques seem to get some life right here at this point. About the midway mark of the second period. But they're still trailing New York 2-1. Young poking at it. Comes loose. Ranger shot is away wide of the net, high onto the glass. Ricci takes a bump from Zubov. Nordiques on the move, decision. Feeding a pass ahead. It didn't work. Wells broke it up for Beacon Messier. Messier's shot is blocked. And he was in full steam getting that pass. Nolan dropping one at the line. Basson gets in front. Nolan didn't get his pass. And the Rangers move it up again. Messier was on the fly. But couldn't poke it by the Quebec player, Yuli Krug. Wolana shot one away. Zubov back again. So Verbeek. Zubov nearly took the return pass. It was a hard one to handle. 9 minutes left in the second period. 2-1 New York. Again, Wolana. Shot it in over the line, and Kevin was back there all by himself. Backhands it on the boards. Lost his stick on the post end. And the Rangers shoot it in on possess. Backhands it away for Krug. He won't get up to it. Nor will Nolan. Kiprios back of the net. He left it right there. The Rangers attacking. Kovalev tried to wrap it around and jam it in. But Possess got his skate on the post and held it.
Pat Hickey played 12 NHL seasons, most with New York, some with Quebec, but this city, Pat seems to be in love with hockey more than ever before.
Well, I think so. It's something that we built from the Freddie Shero days in 1979 when we almost beat Montreal, but Bunny Larocque got hit in the head with a Steve Shutt puck in warm-up, and Ken Dryden, that guy, had to go back in. But I think this is consistent with what Gary Bettman and the whole new league and sports franchising is all about. New York's leading the way with the Cup last year, and they're going to try and do it again this year. I'm excited.
I know you want to say hi to your kids. Do you still play hockey at all? Very quickly.
Well, I like to say hello to Grant and some of the guys in Ancaster. Every Sunday night at 10 o'clock we do. And hello, Gilles. Hello, Jacqueline. And it's great to be back here at Madison Square Garden.
You look great. Guys, back to you.
Big rebound on that shot from the blue line. The Nordiques cover up, though, and clear it away. Krug slashed it down the ice. Karpatsev shoots a long one into the glove of Stepan Possess. 2-1, New York leading the Quebec Nordiques here in the second period. Sakic saw that hit coming all the way. Boom lined him up all the way. And just kept coming at the Quebec captain. They call, and I think there's going to be a penalty. McCrary came into the crowd after the whistle had gone to stop the play, and yes, he's calling a penalty.
Peter Nedved is going off that late hit on the icing. Jay Shares along the boards takes more of the hit than Joe Sakic did. Peter Nedved tried to negate the icing call and couldn't get there, so he had a late hit and takes a roughing penalty.
Well, the Nordiques finally get their chance on a power play here, down 1 goal, and here's why the power play is coming up.
The elbow on Adam's foot, and Foot wisely didn't retaliate, and now the Nordiques have a power play.
This is just what the doctor ordered for Quebec. They've had so far a fairly good second period. They've had some good chances. Now they have the extra man. Let's see how they do. Don't forget, they gave up a shorthanded goal in Quebec City. So they have to keep thinking about that. Messier on the ice with Graves. Puck is not cleared out by Boom. Nordiques now in control of it inside the line. Laukkanen shot one ahead for Sakic. Dropped it back to Nolan. Nolan and Sakic there. And Laukkanen back to Nolan. Sharp angle for him, though. He won't shoot from there. At the blue line, he lost it. There's Messier. Breaking in. And he lifted one high, going for that top corner. Just missed it. Great burst of speed by Messier. Joe Sakic now on the attack for Quebec. Trying to pass it in front. Messier's all over the place. Shot down the ice again. 1:15 left on the power play for Quebec. New York Rangers 2. The Nordiques 1. Second period. 7 minutes left. Quebec starting out. Wendell Clark takes it over the line. Putting on the brakes. Clark takes a shot in there, but that's easily picked off. And again, cleared. Larmer, always dangerous while killing penalties. He's on there for New York now. Sakic. The pass through the middle to Ricci. Ricci coming in, falling. Sakic gets in front, but he's covered before the pass got to him. And the Rangers do a fine job killing the penalty.
That was Steve Larmer back defensively on Sakic, and Larmer again having another strong game.
30 seconds left on the power play. Ricci coming up, gets over the line, and again, Bukaboom got his stick on it. He didn't back up very much. He was just inside the line and stopped it. Great penalty killing by New York. And the capacity crowd at Madison Square Garden enjoying every second of this penalty kill. Only 7 seconds left in the penalty. And it's all Rangers now. Textbook hockey. Decision keeps it in. Deadmarsh turns and fires. Didn't get anywhere with it. They dump it ahead. Nedved is onside. Coming in. The centering pass was intercepted. Nemchinov is it. Scores! Nemchinov! 3-1 New York. Where they've been all year, but this Ranger team looks pretty good.
Peter Nedved out of the penalty box is stopped by Lysichin, but then the puck comes around and Sergei Nemchinov is there all by himself. As Sylvain Lefebvre watches Nedved. Lefebvre gets trapped in between. He's watching Nedved and he lets Nemchinov go right behind him. He's wide open, and that beats Stefanski set.
That was a big goal, but Bob, as you said, with the penalty killing that New York was doing, it really was all Rangers during the Nordiques man advantage, and they just built on that. They had momentum, and timing was everything for the penalty box, for Nedved to come out of the penalty box.
Sergei Nemchinov in front, but Sylvain Lefebvre gets mesmerized, lets Nemchinov get in behind him, and then that's a tap-in in front of Stefanski set.
14-19, the time of the goal. Nedved and Leach getting the assists on the Nemchinov goal, making it 3-1 New York. Series tied at a game each. They split in Quebec City. The Nordiques the first game by 1 goal. The Rangers, powerful victory in the second game, 8-3. They're leading here 3-1. Messier. Verbeek, he was checked. Decision at him lined up at center ice. Madison now for Quebec. Dumped it in wide of Healy. Leach back. Side steps to hit and got the puck out. It's hammered back in, and Healy couldn't knock it down. He came off the boards rather quickly. Forsberg left it at the blue line, but Verbeek had his man covered. 5 minutes left of the second period. The Rangers by 2. Brian Leach. Verbeek was covered by Willan. He threw on the puck anyway. Nothing worked there, and Lefebvre is coming back for Quebec. That's an icing call against the New York Rangers. 4:45 left in the second. 3-1. Face off deep in the Rangers zone to the right of Healy. Nemchinov goes out, I think. Sakic will take the draw for Quebec. Clark is to his left. Kovalenko on the right side. Foot and Laukkonen, the 2 Quebec defensemen. One of these days, the linesman will drop it. He does now. Laukkonen winding up. Glove save, Healy. Oh, he doesn't get a chance to really look like that. He hasn't in this game anyway, but that was an acrobatic type glove catch.
And now we've got Joey Coulter doing some pushing and shoving with Andrei Kovalenko. That would be a mismatch.
Kovalenko?
Wendell Clark is on the ice. The long shot by Yanni Laukkonen, and Glenn Healy sees it all the way. It's going over the net, but why not? You're not getting many shots. Healy gets the hand out to make the save. Healy sees it all the way. It's from the blue line. The hand's ready early, around the world, and the tap in back to the faceoff circle. Looks good, though.
It does look very good. It looks very good. That's a hockey school drill. High glove side around the world and flip it back.
You had 2 or 3 year periods.
Oh, yes, yes.
You know, Glenn Haley, 2 years ago now, boys, was one of the biggest names in the Stanley Cup playoffs. The way he was playing for the New York Islanders. That year he played 18 games in 1,100 minutes. Last year, in the 94 Ranger run to the Stanley Cup, he played 68 minutes. Quite a change.
We've got Bill McCrary talking to both coaches.
About what?
I have no idea what this would be about.
I guess the coach is doing the talking. Colin seems to be doing most of it. Not really upset. Mark Crawford's upset. He's upset more with the scoreboard. With 4:40 left in the period, and his team down 3-1.
Well, here we go. Puck is dropped in. Another shot right away. Healy, big save with a stick this time. Oh, he's on tonight. 4:30 left in the second period. Mountain shooting it quickly. Got outside the line. So the Rangers had to get back on side before they can move in. That gives the Nordiques time to tee it up and get it out. Then Chinoff caught up to it at second at the center ice though. One of the Ranger players inside the line, then Chinoff shuts a bit. Seems to be okay. Remains on. Stolen by Kovalenko. He comes out in front of the net, trying to jam it in. There's a loose puck there and cleared by Kyprios over on the boards. I have a feeling that tempers are starting to flare a little bit in this second period. We'll be back and check on that.
Campbell said that the Nordiques went out to get some of his guys once the game got out of hand, especially in the third period, and we will do likewise to them, he warned, here in Game 3. Starting to get a little bit rougher right now.
Yes, it is.
Wendell Clark had a big hit on Nemchinov, and then they hit on Kyprios by Bill Ewart, and Kyprios and Ewart talked, and there was a lot of talking, but no punching in that little exchange.
Ewart playing with Valery Kaminsky out of action. He was injured in Game 2 on Monday night.
There's Ricci waiting for the face-off, and Ewart is on with him. Ricci playing on 2 or 3 different lines. 3:55 left in the period. Rangers 3, Nordiques 1. Rangers get it out. Nedved racing up there against Lecision, who was there first. That'll be offside. But the Nordiques might clear it out. They do. So the play continues. And Leach shot it to open ice. Troop is back with Lecision. Ahead goes Ewart. One man to beat, and he was nailed by that one man. Jeff Buckelbaum stood him up. Rangers are offside. Let's go to the broadcast center in this Stanley Cup update.
Bob, at the U.S. Air Arena, the Washington Capitals extend their lead to 4-0, and Ken Reggett hasn't come out yet, so there's a lot of debate about whether Tom Barrasso's even ready. Keith Jones is third of the postseason. Cote and Hunter on the power play at 14:27, and Washington's running Pittsburgh out of the rink.
There you are, Ron.
Jeff Buckelbaum on Bill Ewart. Ewart's got his head down trying to handle the puck, and Buckelbaum right at the blue line just flattens Bill Ewart. They had words after the play. Buckelbaum stayed right at the blue line. Ewart's got his head down. A good solid shoulder by Jeff Buckelbaum.
There's a giveaway. Dubov couldn't catch up to it, though. He just came pinching in from the blue line. Just over 3 minutes left to play in the second period. The New York Rangers are leading the Nordiques 3-1. And they dump it in. Graves flipping that one in. Out of the net to Seth. Starting the clearing play. They get it up to the line. Forsberg shot it ahead, and he's up on the play with Nolan. Forsberg scores! Forsberg taking the return pass and lifting it under the crossbar to make it 3-2.
Owen Nolan sets this play up, draws the defenseman to him, and then gives it to Forsberg. Zubov doesn't know what he's doing. He's in between. And a goal scorer's goal. We talked about Nedved's goals in Game 2. There's a goal scorer's goal. Owen Nolan to Forsberg. He doesn't have much room. On the backhand, waits and snaps it up and over Glenn Healy.
Boy, we've talked a lot about Nolan's goal scoring this past season, 30 goals, but I'll tell you, he was a playmaker and then some on that one. Nice play.
17-14, the time of that goal, a second for the Nordiques in a hockey game. And the margin again is 1. Rangers 3, Quebec 2. Nice goal by Forsberg. Nolan and Basson also gets an assist. Messier comes in. In back of the goal of Messier. Verbeek comes in to help. Verbeek waited. Couldn't get it out front. North at Messier. Bokaboom charging in, and Graves got back to the blue line to backhand it in deep again. Messier is out in front. Pass got by him all the way to center ice. 17-14, the time of that goal by Forsberg. A beauty from Nolan and Basson. A 3-2 hockey game now. The Rangers continue to lead though. 1:50 left in the second period. Sakic is hit by Lowe. Kiprios for New York. The pass goes ahead and it's shot in. And Chinov jumped to the blue line as he tried to follow up. 2 players on the puck in the corner to the left of Stepan Set with 1:33 left.
Sylvain Lefebvre stood up, and the puck went around.
Well, here's how the other half has been living. Out west in Detroit last night. These are last night's scores. Red Wings with 2 goals before the game was 5 minutes old, beating Dallas 4-1. What a performance by Felix Potvin. Harry Neal has spent all day still upset that Felix didn't get all 3 stars in his shutout over the Blackhawks. Vancouver over the Blues in St. Louis. That's a tough series. And overtime for the Sharks. What Bobby Darin used to sing, when the Sharks bite. When the Sharks bite lately in the NHL, the Flames have felt it. Down 2-zip.
Sylvain Lefebvre with a good straight arm on Sergei Nemchinov. And then in the corner, Nick Kiprios flattens Curtis Lesishin. Lesishin wasn't warned, and that's where you have to holler at the defenseman, let him know somebody's coming.
Nedved on the draw for New York, deep in the Quebec zone. Kicked it loose. The Nordiques jump on it quickly. Lefebvre poked it on the glass and got it out to center ice. Zubov just waiting for that. Lefebvre again. This time he shoots it in. Karpatsev put it on the boards to the far corner. It didn't get too far. The Nordiques on it. Ricci just missed the setup in front of the net, and Nedved brings it in. Nedved shot in off the boards to the right. The fade back to Nordiques. They couldn't knock it down. Ricci just missed it at center. It would have been a 2-on-1 for Quebec. We're in the final minute of the second period. And again, they call a play, and there's going to be a penalty, and I think against Quebec this time with 51.1 seconds remaining.
Mark Crawford didn't like that call at all. It goes against Claude Lapointe. And Lapointe, it's a retaliation penalty, and he's saying the last 2 games. He's referring to game 2. He didn't like the officiating in that one. Mark Poisset, the referee. Bill McCreary, the referee here. And Lapointe, after he's hit, bounces off the boards with the right hand. He's hit by Karpatsev, and there's the right hook. And it's the retaliation penalty that's called by Bill McCreary. Play comes in, Larmer's hit. And then Karpatsev comes in, gives Lapointe the forearm, and the right cross catches Karpatsev.
Lapointe in the penalty box. Rangers power play, 51 seconds left in the period. Zubov at the blue line. Handles the puck so well back there. There he is again. Hangs onto it. Look at that pass. Comes back to the line again. Zubov once more. Doesn't give it away. Messier shot. Rebound. Scramble for it. Another 10 for Leach, and he didn't shoot it. Bissett had got back up on his skates. Messier keeps it in.
Zubov again, the backhand pass. They keep it in. It's knocked in back of the net with 15 seconds left in the period. Zubov coming up, and he stops it. Comes in. The pass. Shot. It's set down, and he hangs on to it. Great pressure on the power play by the Rangers with only 7 seconds left in the period.
Ooh, John Leach, he was a bit of a severe angle, but he could not get the shot away right away. And we've got an injured New York player, Adam Graves. The trainer came off the bench right away. But it seems that Adam's all right.
Jim Ramsey out to take a look. And Stefanski said, didn't like the fact that Adam Graves was all over him, and I don't blame him. One of the things they said they call these playoffs is bumping the goaltender. We've seen it in a number of series. He's pushed from behind, but he makes sure he gets a piece of the goaltender, and then he just lies on his arm. Before Mark Messier had the shot, it comes off. Graves has a chance for the spinorama and can't get it to go. Leach is there, but he was afraid Adam Foote was going to block it. Decided to make the pass out.
Only 7 seconds remaining in the period. New York out shooting Quebec 14-7 in this period. 25-12 over the 2 periods. Score is 3-2. Rangers. That'll be all the shots in this period as Leach comes back. And time runs out in period 2 at Madison Square Garden, where the New York Rangers getting a goal from Nemchinov and the Nordiques getting one from Forsberg.
When Healy was upset that the Forsberg goal beat him, he had a piece of it. It went off the heel of his glove, but a good shot by Forsberg in close on a nice pass from Owen Nolan. And the Nordiques, although they're being outshot badly, are still in this one.
So the New York Rangers had opened up a 2-goal spread, but they'll settle for a 1-goal lead after 2 periods. It's Rangers 3, Quebec Nordiques 2. Here's our lead in Quebec, 3-2, getting ready for the 3rd period. Young scored first at 1:54, then Graves at 8:50. Zubov gave the Rangers a 2-1 lead at 10:58. And then in the second, Nemchinov for New York, Forsberg for Quebec. Your 3-2 score. And starting this 3rd period, Lapointe of Quebec is in the penalty box. He has 1:08 left. So the Rangers start on a power play. And it's going to be Leach, who started out with Messier. Right wing pass. Zubov takes it off the board. Leach is back up the line. Verbeek put it in back of the net. Verbeek again has a chance to make a play from the corner. He does not. Ricci hangs on to it with a skate. Now he falls, and he's on the puck. Getting a stoppage and a face-off coming up in the Quebec zone.
Mike Ricci gets the whistle. A good play by Mike Ricci as he was outmanned. Huey Krupp has played 14-13, almost exactly the same as he did in the first period, 7 minutes in the second, and almost 20 minutes for Brian Leach. 3 shots on goal, and you look at the Quebec Nordiques. Curtis Position's playing, but you wonder how injured he is. Hasn't played very well.
Messier wins the draw cleanly for Zubov. To Messier, to Zubov. Had to take it on the backhand, though. Couldn't get a shot. Maybe Leach will. Yes, it's tipped wide of the net. Zubov won't get there in time to keep it in. 23 seconds left in the penalty to Lapointe. Messier over the line, controls it well. In on the board, Forsberg can't steal it. Leach tried a shot. Forsberg blocked it and then cleared it out to center ice. 8 seconds left in the penalty. One more rush by New York. And it's going to be Graves. Heading for the net. He goes around the goal. Out front he comes. And Bissett was aware of that move and just got down with a stick. There's Lapointe out of the penalty box. Quebec coming off that penalty. He's on the puck. Gets it back to Krupp. He gets his shot. And that was blocked. Zubov fell. Here's another chance. Right in. And the point just missed the far corner. Quebec coming close to tying it right there. Healy out of the net. Dumped it away with a stick. Rangers can't get it out. Good pressure by Quebec. Nolan backhands it around the net. It's all Quebec right here at the 2-minute mark of period number 3. It is Lapointe and Forsberg. Shot ahead. Lapointe. He comes along to the blue line, and now Forsberg has to turn for it. Leach upended, and the Rangers still can't get it out. Now, Matteau knocks it over the line. The Nordiques have to get back on side. 2:15 into the third period. 3-2 New York. Matteau shooting one in, but that's offside. Larmer had gone in.
Last sequence, John, set up by the hustle of Claude Lapointe, who came out of the penalty box, joined in on the play, and set it up for some pressure inside, in deep actually, inside the New York line.
He had a chance to shoot and decided to pass, and just passed one through the crease. Zubov blocked Huey Krupp's shot from the point, and he ended up turned around, took it in the back of the legs, and that's why he's trying to walk it off on the bench. That power play was out for the full 2 minutes, and then they were tired. Zubov and Leach in the Messier line, and the Nordiques took advantage.
Sylvain Lefebvre for Quebec takes a hit from Nemchinov coming in. Rangers had to hustle back again. Karpatsev moved it quickly. Icing way off. For Kovalenko. The man going back had to hurry. Made a pretty good face, but then fell. Got back up to move it to the line. Kovalev nearly picked it off. He was home free had he stopped that puck. Rangers back to turn. Karpatsev lost it. Edvards center there. Backhander. Sakic trying to go to the far side and just missed it. Quebec pressing again. Clark can't center it against Kevin Lowe. Still fights for it though, and Lowe, the veteran, trying to fall on it. The Rangers now in a bit of trouble right here in the third period. It's swept in at the net. A penalty coming up to New York. Quebec with Bissett gone to the bench. Sakic on the puck. They have the extra man on, but now the Rangers control it. And when we come back, it'll be a Quebec power play as they try to tie it.
For holding, Joe Sakic has come out here in the third period and looked like he did in the third period of the first game. Through his feet, Sakic goes in front, and they have a good scoring chance. Nemchinov gives up on the shot, and Healy's there to kick out the left leg and make the save.
All right, a Quebec power play now. Leach shooting it down the ice. He and Bukaboom, the two Ranger defensemen, Messier and Graves. The penalty killers. Krupp weaves his way through center to Nolan. He shoots it in there. And knocked away by New York. Minute 35 left in the penalty. 3-2 is the score. The Rangers are leading. Sakic sets it up for Clark, and he's in back of the net. Clark coming out front with a shot. Big rebound! Off the outside of the post. Nolan nearly tied it. Leach works it to Bukaboom, and he relieves the pressure for the moment and shoots it down the ice. The Ranger penalty killers change up. Sakic tipped it through center ice to Clark. Nordiques bring it in. Rantanen shoots it in wide of the goal. Zubov is back there for New York. Rangers do not get it out. Kept in deep. Zubov missed it. So did Kovalev. Inside the line with a long shot, high off the glass. Center! Healy was down, covering on the short side. Great pressure by Quebec. Rantanen's high pass. Nolan couldn't stop it. Sakic is there back of the net. Got it out front, and Larmer was nailed before he could move it outside the line. Sakic again. That's another high pass. 25 seconds left in the penalty. The Nordiques trying to work it loose and get it over in front of the net. But it's shot down the ice. 18 seconds left on this Quebec power play. Lefebvre's shot off his stick goes in near the net. Bukaboom was there for the Rangers. They're going to kill it off as they clear it out again. 5 seconds left in the penalty, and the crowd applauds. It's over now. Nemchinov is out of the penalty box. Few, the Rangers fans say. They get away with that one when Quebec has come to life. And here they are again. Basson upended. Healy kicked it away. Rangers get it out. Messier to the line and now out. Quebec trying to pull out all the stops here now. They're changing as they shoot it in. Messier waited too long to clear it. Now he gets a second chance. Gives it to Gray. He's dancing up there over the Quebec line away from Lecision, but Lecision caught him and pinned him. Low point. Nailed. Rangers keep it in. Nearing his goal. Goes into his man. Wellington he has. Around the net, New York, Nedved. Shot is deflected off his stick and into the crowd. 3-2 New York here. We go elsewhere now for this Stanley Cup update.
Bob, the U.S. Air Arena, Tom Barrasso does come in to start the third. The first shot, he'll face a penalty shot. Michael Pavanka in. He gets a piece of it, does Barrasso, and off the post. About 11 seconds later, Joey Juneau scores on Barrasso, and it's 5-0 now. Washington leading 2 minutes into the third period in Landover.
Little ice time for Tom Barrasso to get him ready for the next game, and I think we'll see Barrasso in the next game. Adam Graves has had a very strong game, scoring and hitting. Good check on Adam Foote, and they push and shove in the corner. Foote didn't like it. No penalties called by Bill McCreary.
Nearing the 7-minute mark of the third period. New York 3, Quebec 2. Kiprios backhands it into the corner where Lecision was waiting. The Huey Krug. Puck cleared down the ice. Edmarsh up for checking. It's Kiprios who takes his man and allows the puck to roll down, but the set was out of the net and shoot it away. Edmarsh again. Brings it in with Simon. Simon, no shot. Tried to set it up in front, but the Rangers got back in time and Sassy knocked it loose. However, here's New York. To Kiprios. Alone on this play. He is going off as he shoots it in. 7-10 gone in the third. 1-goal spread in this one. Rangers on it at the moment. Larmer's backhand pass didn't work. It's in back of the net though. Out front is Nedved. Pass doesn't get to him, but here's Bookabone riding it. Another high shot. Wow, the shots from the point today are going way high. That one was over the net. Bookabone charging in. Does a great job along the boards as he takes the puck and low point. 4 players in on the boards. And the referee stops the play.
Backup goaltenders tonight on the left, Mike Richter, last year's playoff hero here in New York, and Jocelyn Thibault for Quebec, who played his first NHL game, Cheech, when he was 18 years old. When you were 18, were you good enough to play in the National Hockey League or even think you would play in the National League?
Played for Roger Nielsen in Peterborough when I was 18. Shot off the outside of the post by Owen Nolan. Garth Snow's back playing for Cornwall tonight against Binghamton. He was the backup in game 2.
Face off deep in the Quebec zone. Messier on the draw. Loses it to Quebec this time. LePage to Forsberg. They work it out over the line, but Messier was there waiting. Forsberg pulled away from him. Brought it in. He has Nolan there with him along the boards. The centering pass. Ready front. He scores! Nolan was alone in front of the net. And they passed that puck around beautifully. And Healy had no chance. And now this game is tied.
Open ice, the Rangers talked about separation and not getting too wide. Forsberg and Nolan. Forsberg takes the hit to make the play. And Owen Nolan is standing right in front where he's supposed to be, went right to the net. Forsberg made the original play, and then Owen Nolan goes right to the net. He's on his forehand stick on the ice. No chance for Glenn Healy.
The goal coming at the 8-minute mark of the third period. And now it's New York 3, Quebec 3. Nolan gets the goal. Madison and Forsberg get the assist on the goal. A pretty goal it was by Quebec. They have come back pretty well in this game.
It was almost like the Nordiques sagged as soon as the Rangers got their first goal after a good start. And the Rangers can look back right now at the lengthy stretch from that time right through until late in the second period when they dominated this hockey game. It didn't put the Nordiques away, and now it's tied nearing the halfway point in the third period.
The assist went to Wolanin and Basson at the 8-minute mark.
Too bad Forsberg didn't get an assist because he started the play. Wolanin coming late got the second assist, and Basson with the nice pass to Owen Nolan in front.
So 3-3 tie coming up to the 9-minute mark of period 3 at Madison Square Garden in New York. Game 3 of the series at a game apiece after the split in Quebec City. Verbeek is up there with Graves. The drop pass came out over the line. And Nolan on the move again. Good hard shot, but he's way off the net. And Leach gets it ahead to Messier. 2 good stick handling moves, and a third. He's upended. Oh, the crowd doesn't like that. I know Messier doesn't. He was up screaming. He goes right on. And Leach from center ice shoots it in. Kovalev trying to center it. He's out in front of the net. Can't control it for the wraparound ball. Hard back to center, and he's hit hard over there by Bukaboom. Ryan Leach, poke check outside his own line. Leach gets back to take it away from Sakic. Kovalev through center, weaving to the left side. Gets it over the line and makes the play over for Kypreos. He's trying to go in there. Caught by Laukkanen. Evchinov bumped his man. It's kept in at the line by Karpatsev. Rangers pressing here. Nobody in front of the net yet. Now the pass went by Kypreos. Wells pitching in from the blue line. Laukkanen, number 22 for Quebec, moved it up on the board, allowing Clark to shoot it down the ice to relieve the pressure. However, it's an icing call against Quebec with 9:51 remaining in the third period in a tie game.
Look at Mark Crawford. Mark Messier thought there should have been a penalty on Curtis Leschyshyn, and you look at Leschyshyn and what a gutsy. I watched him this morning, and he could hardly turn. There he gets caught up ice, gives Messier the hook, and no call by Bill McCreary. Seems like quite a few of those go both ways tonight, so I don't think the players can be too upset by that one. But Leschyshyn this morning, you watched him in the pregame skate trying to turn, trying to push off that leg, and what a gutsy performance he's putting on tonight.
It's Stanley Cup playoff time. This series, first place against 8. Quebec against the Rangers, splitting the 2 games in Quebec City. Now the Rangers on the attack. Comes off the boards. Ricci poking at it. It comes loose in front of Larmer. Bissett covered up in time. Larmer very dangerous. What a sniper he has been in his career from in around the net. He's back at the line now as the puck is fought for along the boards, and now he turns and shoots it. Put it right on. And Bissett saw it all the way, and no rebound.
Look out. Whoa. Stefan Matteau was drilled in the middle of that scrum. The Nordiques are going to get a penalty, whoever that was. I didn't catch the number, but McCreary did. And this could come under the heading of DP, dumb penalty. Whistle had gone, play was over, game is tied. And who is it gets it? Mike Ricci.
And that's a roughing call. Mark Crawford doesn't like the call, but he's controlling himself this time. Nedved and Ricci, a little pushing and shoving. Nothing called, nothing called. In comes Adam Foote, and then Ricci with the left hand gives Nedved a shot, and that's when the penalty was called. Bill McCreary didn't have his hand up for any of the other stuff going on, and the left hand punch to Nedved's head, and Ricci goes up. Steve Larmer has a chance, and a good save by Stefan Bissett. Stayed square, stayed on his feet, took the angle away.
So, a crucial penalty call just past the halfway mark of the third period. The Rangers power play. Zubov, low shot. Luckily, it came right back to him. Leach gets ready now. Couldn't control it for a shot. Rangers pass it around outside the box. Here comes Leach moving in. to Zubov at the blue line to Leach again. Shoots. Rebound. And Graves burned on it. It came right back to him. The two defensemen cross signals. Got through him outside the line. Messier gets to the zone again. Pass into Graves. He had to take it on his skate. Now Verbeek messes it. Nolan winds up. And Leach stopped that. Ahead to Messier. To Leach. Zubov now. He can't handle that pass. Zubov stopped by Forsberg. He's been a factor tonight for Quebec. Gets it down the ice. More pushing and shoving with 8:27 left in the third period. 3-3 is the score.
Adam Foote and I think Adam Graves going off here.
Stefan Visitaient makes a good save. Can't control the rebound, and it hops over Adam Gray's stick. A break for the Nordiques. Gray's wide open in the middle. Adam Foote and Graves both go. And they're still talking things over.
Quebec will take this penalty to get Graves out of there. He has had a hot hand in this series so far for the New York Rangers.
Especially on the power play. And now you substitute. They have Peter Nedved's line out, and Messier's line gets the rest.
8:27 left in the third. Rangers 3, Nordiques 3. Game 3 at Madison Square Garden in New York. Brian Leach striding to center ice. Pushed it in and chases it. He's in there first. Good rush by Leach. He's out front of the net. Rolled it along in front of Cassette. And the Nordiques shoot it down the ice. 42 seconds left in the penalty. Power play now. New York, they move it out. Kovalev sidestepping the hit, losing the puck. Huey Krupp might get in there, but Young was just ahead of him and offside at the New York blue line.
It's enough hooking and holding on Krupp to throw a very energetic and anticipatory Young offside as he was streaking up the middle looking for the pass. Krupp just held up just enough. There's Young in over the line. Important penalty kill here, John. 30 seconds left. We saw earlier in this period, when the period began, Quebec was shorthanded. They killed it well and picked up their game, their offensive game, from that point and scored the goal that tied the game.
They've done a pretty good job on this one, other than the Graves chance that bounced over his stick, keeping the puck on the outside and jamming up the middle so the Rangers can't get through.
7:50 remaining. These two teams looking to go ahead in the series tonight in New York. Rangers picked up home ice advantage by splitting in Quebec. The Nordiques have a chance to get it back again with a win tonight. Power play for New York. Shot in. 15 seconds left on it. Along the boards. The Rangers control it. Leach passes back of the net. From Messier to Leach again. His pass to Messier, centered it. Down the back of the goal. Brian Leach scores. Rangers lead.
Goal, but it might as well have been the players out of the box, puck up off the top of the net. Messier goes to get it, and it comes out to Brian Leach on his backhand. He just bangs it in. A mismatch in size in front. Bob Bassett with Brian Leach. Bassett takes Leach but doesn't get his stick, and Leach just bangs it by Stefan Visitaient.
Well, Mr. Leach is having a great series again. Here's a race for him, Nemchinov and Kiprios. Nemchinov gets set. And he's knocked down before he could make the play for Kiprios. 12:42 the time of the go-ahead goal by Leach of the New York Rangers. Verbeek and Messier getting the assist. So the Rangers lead, and they celebrate the lead on a goal by Leach.
At Home Building Center, we see
E.J. McGuire of the Ottawa Senators coaching staff, 1-8 in the East, the Nordiques and Rangers. How do you read this one?
Well, we would have thought it was 8-1, but the fans here have recaptured that Stanley Cup spirit.
What about you and the Nordiques, or the Senators? You finished so strong. You won 5 of 7. Will you be around with Ricky Bowness to see the good times?
Well, we hope so. We use these same Quebec Nordiques as an inspiration. It wasn't so long ago they weren't so good.
E.J., good luck. Back to you guys.
All right, Scott. Wolanin coming back in his own zone to pick up the puck for Quebec. Boy, Messier is in forechecking with Larmer now. The Rangers are ahead 4-3. 6:30 remaining in the third. Lefebvre is decked, trying to check the Rangers player for beat. Listen to this crowd, would you?
And that's something that penalty, Bob, can do, is get the crowd back into the game. And the Nordiques had taken over. They started to get some offensive chances, and then they take that penalty. Rangers score right after it, and the crowd right back into this game.
Well, Boston is right back into their series, we are told. That's the final now. The Bruins, no goals till tonight, and 3 was enough to do it.
Well, game 2 in that series was not the final game in the old Boston Garden. We're going back there.
6:26 remaining in the third period in Madison Square Garden in New York. Rangers Messier dominant again. One else is new. He set up the goal by Leach. Here's Leach again. Verbeek chases the Quebec player. The puck is across center and offside is called. With 6:13 remaining in the third period, with a series split in Quebec. And now the Rangers threaten to take the series lead on home ice. A lot of time left yet, though. The Nordiques. Adam Foote gets up across center and dumps it in. Our puck set for the Rangers. He had one thing in mind, and that was to clear the puck out. He did that. Through the big hole at the blue line. On Joe Sakic. He's given little room. But Huey Cook barrels in there, rubbing it back. Young shot is stopped, and it's flipped off the glass and out. And the Rangers be careful now to get everybody back. Try not to give these explosive Nordiques a chance to get in on a 3-on-2. Offside again. Across center ice. Larmer taking it and then going to the Ranger bench.
John, we saw the Rangers in game 1 have the lead in the third period, and you know, the first 10 minutes of that period, they had 2 shots on goal. They fired and fell back, played that kind of hockey. Bob mentioned here just a moment ago, after the 4-3 go-ahead goal, they still tried to keep taking it to Quebec.
Goalie Campbell came back with Stefan Matteau and Steve Larmer as defensive wingers, and Larmer's really had a strong defensive game. A couple of scoring chances, but not good quality scoring chances, but he's been very good defensively.
Quebec Nordiques with a tremendous season. Short as it was, 48 games. Lost just the 1 game at home. Here they are in New York now, fighting for their lives. It's cleared off the boards and down inside the line. Lefebvre getting the puck out. The Rangers will be called on the offside. Verbeek didn't wait at all, brought it in with Messier still deep.
I think Craig Wolanin used to play his home games in that building. It is 7 miles away. That's as the pigeon flies, Bob, not as the cab drives. I promised him I'd say hello to his folks in the Detroit area. They watch Hockey Night in Canada on a regular basis via Windsor. Big, quietly efficient defenseman for Quebec.
And one hello prompts another. Tony Campbell, the head coach of the Rangers, has Mike Murphy with him. Assistant coach, Sean, Ryan, Patrick, and Brianne. That's an Irish family. These are the children of Mr. Murphy. They're all home in Toronto. He's here working hard tonight, as these 2 coaches are. Joe Quenville, one of the assistants, to Mark Crawford. Jacques Martin, also an assistant coach. Long shot in on the net for Healy. 5 minutes left in the third period. The Rangers are leading 4-3. Nedved twisted around at the blue line and went off balance. Couldn't keep going. Nordiques, no choice. They've got to go on the impact now. Rangers will try to be careful. He won't reach that one. Way over his head. Rangers back. All of them. Can they get it out? Not yet. A 2-ball. Lays it back and rolls. Quickly moves it on the boards. And now it climbs over the glass and into the crowd at the far side. 4:29 left in the third.
A couple of young head coaches in the NHL in the playoffs for the first time. Rookie head coaches.
Mike Ricci and Peter Nedved and Jay Scherz, this is the new breed of linesmen. They're ordered to anticipate trouble and get in as quickly as possible, even if they have to go in by themselves, and there was Jay Scherz to break up that potential skirmish.
Rangers win the face-off in their own zone. Passed up through center ice. Keenan couldn't get too far with it, though. Healy nearly misplayed that. And the Rangers get away. Keenan coming in with that throw. It's centered. He stopped it. Lafayette was the player up on that play. It's still 4-3, New York. Got away again and across the line. 3:54 left. And out for Krupp. Against Verbeek, who took a chance making the move at the blue line. Verbeek, nowhere near the size of Huey Krupp, but showing great amount of toughness right there. Puck inside the line. That is Bob Basson turning. But the Rangers seem to be very cool now and playing great positional hockey. Krupp bumps again, and a third hit on Huey Krupp. He's got to be weary now, and he looks to the Quebec bench, in fact, as they make changes. 3:12 left. Rangers nearly caught, changing. Player going off, the puck hit him. He goes right on with 3 minutes to go in the third. 4-3 New York. Here's the Nordiques in their offside. Good play. Looked to be a good play to Wolanin, but offside was called.
Bob Basson is complaining to linesman Wayne Bonney. He didn't like the call.
It's been 4.5 minutes since the Rangers took the lead. They've limited the Nordiques to 2 very insignificant shots in that time. Boy, they went after the big guy in that last shift, didn't they, John?
Pat Verbeek first, but Adam Graves has been hitting everybody all night. Pat Verbeek. 2-on-1. Sylvain Lefebvre plays it very well. Comes across and gets his stick on that attempted shot by Matteau. He didn't commit himself to the pass. Stayed in the middle, able to react.
2 minutes and 58 seconds remaining in the third period. And it's crunch time in New York. The Rangers trying to take 2-1 lead in the series. Coming in tonight. Game each in Quebec City. Nordiques got the first game. Rangers the second game. Going away. 8-3. Quebec pressing. Deadmar can't center it. Duval fell heavily into the board. He's up quickly though. Now it's center ice. A long pass. There's Matteau. Just missed it. 2:30 left. Nordiques move on it. Deadmar is bringing it in for Quebec. The centering pass. Harmlessly to Stefan Matteau. He got it up there. Drop back. Nedved nearly put one in. Again coming out. That's Deadmar. Stop. Brian Leach. Stalwart game again by Leach tonight. Exactly 2 minutes remaining in the third period. A 4-3 Ranger lead, and Clark is coming in hard. Ran into Brian Leach. A long shot, doesn't reach the net, deflected wide. Boom, put it up there. Kovalev, one man back. Kovalev coming in, twisting and turning. Got it out from Nick Sheenoff, put it into him. He's back of the net. Kovalev trying to center it. Pretty big ship, handling the puck so well. Late in the game, a minute and a half left in the third period. Rangers lead 4-3. Quebec fighting hard, trying to get organized and get it out. There's a whistle. And there'll be a face-off in the Quebec zone with 1:19 remaining in the third.
Dick, we saw Lexicova have all sorts of problems carrying the puck along the boards here at Madison Square Garden. And I know you talked to Doug Moore about the ice here. They're having problems here again.
Lots goes on in this building. The Knicks played basketball here last night. It's a lot better than it was, but maybe late in a game like this, John, on a warm, rainy day in New York, it gets a little heavy out there. Anyway, 79 seconds left. And the Rangers lead by 1. And they've got the face-off in the Quebec zone. They've done a good job containing the Nordiques since taking the lead at 12:54. Or 42, rather, on the goal by Leach.
Nolan had tied it at the 8-minute mark before that Leach goal for Mark Messier. Assisted on the goal by Brian Leach. 1:19 left. Little debris on the ice down near the Ranger bench, and the linesman back to see to that. Now we're ready. There's Mark Messier. Impatient. Been through this before many, many times. Spearheading the Rangers to the Stanley Cup win last year. And at it again now. 1:15 left in the third. Bogaboom has been pressing in all night. He did it again right there. Verbeek giving up puck. 1:08 left. Nordiques trying to get it out again. They do. Wolanin brings it up with a shot. It's in behind the Healy and going. Not for a second or two as Bissett left the ice. The Quebec net is empty, and that long shot nearly did it for Healy. But he got enough of it.
Jeff Bogaboom gets his stick out, and the sinker almost beats Glenn Healy. It's going to go high, and then it drops about 1.5 feet, and just about goes through the path. Dick, I have never understood why the defensemen try and get the stick on those shots from outside the blue line.
I take it you had a few words with yours over the years, and they're still doing it.
They think they're going to score from there. I mean, even I don't let in many goals from outside the blue line, and Glenn Healy almost let in one because Jeff Bogaboom stuck his stick out, got a piece of it.
I'm sure Mark Crawford has called a timeout here with the Rangers leading the Nordiques 4-3. 59.4 seconds remaining in regulation time.
Here's the long shot. There's Bogaboom's stick. It's off the stick, and there goes the sinker. Healy is fortunate to get the pass closed enough so that it just trickles through.
Well, you're right, John. That's, I suppose, the time when a goaltender is set for the shot, and he might have his weight on the wrong skate, and that deflection can put him flat-footed, really.
There's Mark Crawford explaining. He's got his little diagram of the ice and where he wants everybody standing on the face-off and what he wants to happen.
I know what he wants to happen. He wants that puck in behind Glenn Healy. That's what he wants to happen. We'll see if it does happen. As you know, the Rangers have other ideas. Foley Campbell and company hearing on. All right, this is Stanley Cup hockey. Great stuff again from New York. 59.4 seconds remaining in regulation time. 4-3 Rangers. Leach can't get it out. Group shot it in. Leach is on it again. It comes back to the line. That shot is blocked. Messier will control it and roll it softly off the board so that it won't make the goal line. Don't forget now that Bissett is on the bench. They have the 6 skaters on, attacking the Quebec Nordiques. 35 seconds left. And the attack will dry up for tonight. Makes that 30 seconds now as the Rangers roll it into the corner and Ricci hit by Bogaboom. 25 seconds. Graves falls. The puck is there. And the play is called with 18.5 seconds remaining, and there's going to be another face-off in the Rangers zone.
Adam Graves, I think, John, cut by somebody's stick in that scramble in the corner, and he's obviously bleeding from the nose, and you could see him react as he was down along the boards there. He's a little upset, needless to say.
He wants a penalty call, but he was down on the ice. Graves and Bukaboom go to the corner. Bukaboom takes his man. Graves is there. Peter Forsberg catches him with the stick, and that is a high stick. You can see he was caught before he hit the ice. McCreary's in behind the play. He can't see it, but the linesman can make that call.
Now what's going on? McCreary at the penalty box area, and he's going upstairs on the phone.
Peter Forsberg up underneath. Ooh, and he catches Adam Graves with that stick. It's underneath his arm to start with, and then he raises it and catches Graves on the nose.
Exhausted Rangers, cut Rangers, 4-3 leading Rangers with 18.5 seconds remaining.
Adam Graves has played his best game of the series so far. He had a couple of goals in game one, but this has been his best game of the series.
I think two of the higher profile players, Graves and Wendell Clark, have played their best games without question.
Supervisor of officials tonight, Dick, Jim Christensen. He's upstairs.
Apparently there's a problem with the clock. There's some dispute, so we've just been told over the exact time remaining.
Home field advantage. That used to be one of my jobs as a backup goaltender, to watch the clock after the whistle blew and make sure that it didn't go down 2 or 3 seconds. And now we have the 10th of seconds on the clock. And I'm sure that's why Wendell Clark was over talking to referee Bill McCreary.
Well, it shows 18.5. McCreary is still on the telephone. Stéphane Bissette is still on the Quebec bench.
Adam Graves is talking to both linesmen. He knows that Bill McCreary didn't see it, but he's wondering why one of the linesmen didn't make that call on the high stick.
Now it's Joe Sakic's turn to chat with McCreary, the Nordiques captain, although that conversation didn't last too long. Now they've changed it from 18.5 to 19.5. The Nordiques gained 1 second through all of that, which must have taken about 2.5 minutes.
And you know they're right. When that play was dead in the corner, I had been looking up there, and I too thought that it went down a little bit too far. It's up a second. So we're underway again. Leach going for the empty net. Not a great move, because that's icing with 11 seconds left. And another face-off in the Ranger zone.
Messier won the draw clean as a whistle, John.
And Brian Leach and Messier talk it over. Mark Messier is going to have to win another one.
If you were just saying to yourself, wait a minute, was that Rod Gilbert? Yes, that was Rod Gilbert, one of the all-time greatest Rangers, whose number 7 has been retired here at Madison Square Garden, looking on. And back they go with 11.5 left. Now they put another half second back on the clock.
I think so.
They did. No.
They were a little bit late again. So somebody is watching it, John, very closely. And that's as it should be. So it's up, 11.5. Big face-off now. Most important of the night, I guess. And the Rangers win it. Leach in the corner, got all tangled up and couldn't get it up along the boards. The Rangers battle for 4 seconds, and they're going to win it. It's out, and the Rangers take a 2-1 lead in the series with a 4-3 win tonight. Leach got the goal at 12:42 from Messier and Verdi. 4-3 New York.
John, in a situation like they were just in New York, it's not so much winning the faceoff. You don't want to lose it. Just want to keep that puck neutral. Don't let them get it to do anything with it. That's exactly what happened there with New York.
Mark Messier tied up the centerman. Pat Verbeek came in and just chipped it back. Penalties again for the Quebec Nordiques. Their downfall in the third period. They were coming back. They'd evened it up, and a penalty had turned it around. They killed it off, but never got it out of their zone, and Brian Leach jumped up into the play to cash in.
Leach got that goal and 2 assists in the hockey game. The shots were 32-20 in favor of the Rangers. And I think they're full value for their victory here at home tonight in New York.
That last 7-18, Bob, after they got the go-ahead goal, Quebec had just 3 shots on goal, and the only troublesome one for Healy was that long one that got in behind him off the Buchenwald deflection.
So it's a big win for the Rangers. They defeat the Nordiques 4-3. And let's now go to Scott Russell.
All right, joining me now is Brian Leach, who scored the winning goal midway through that third period. Got to be an awfully big win for you coming back to Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, it was a tough game. It was a good pace all 3 periods. Both teams looked like they were tired of different parts of the game, and it was good to win our first home game.
What about the Rangers? It seems that they are energized by the postseason, Brian. Lingering memories of that great Stanley Cup?
Well, it's not that. We started playing well the last 12, 15 games or so, and we're getting some big efforts from Alexei Kovalev, Peter Nedved, and Glenn Healy's playing really well for us now. So we're having some guys just playing a lot better, and we're all chipping in.
What will you expect from the Nordiques in game number 3 or great game number 4? They're going to be down now.
Well, I don't think so. They'll play the same as they did tonight. They come hard. They're a dangerous team. We didn't give them any chances in the first 2 periods, and they sniped a couple goals and had a couple chances too. So it's going to be the same. It's going to probably be a long series, so we're going to keep working.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Congratulations.
Okay, thanks.
Brian Leach of the New York Rangers, who scored the winning goal tonight in a 4-3 victory for the Rangers over the Quebec Nordiques. The Rangers now have a 2-1 lead in this Eastern Conference quarterfinal. More from Hockey Night in Canada on CBC returns in just a moment.